which social media should I pick? Which one is the best for 2022? Is it Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube? Which one should I choose and why? And if it's YouTube, why should I spend so much time creating videos hoping that somebody will find them? I really don't know what to do. This is a question I get asked almost daily by my clients and people that follow me. And they're all asking me, why YouTube? Why do you think it's better than others? I don't think it's better than others, but I've got opinions about all of the other platforms, which I'm going to reveal in this video, and what I think of them because we tried them all in the past 6 years. So let's jump right in. Full disclaimer, every social media is great if you know how to use the platform. So in this video, I'm gonna just share my experience and what I discovered along the way so that you can choose which social media you prefer and go all in one of those. You may ask, why just one of those? Aren't all the gurus saying that you need to diversify and be omnipresent? Yes, that's when you have a big team taking care of all of it. Believe me, you don't want to spread yourself too thin and take care of so many platforms because you're not going to do them all well. So just choose one. And now let's start with the first one, which is Facebook. I've got so many things to say about Facebook. There are so many influencers using Facebook to grow their audience and their business, and they're making absolutely fortunes with it. So I'm not gonna trash Facebook because it definitely works. But my experience with it is that you really need to be on the platform 24/7 if you want to see some results. On Facebook, the currency is engagement in terms of comments. Therefore, you need to create daily posts to get people interacting with your content, meaning leaving you messages and start conversations there. Now, we go on Facebook every day, at least I do, but mainly because I want to check on news about groups that I follow and I want to see videos of cats. I don't want to be sold to, even though I've bought stuff from Facebook through ads. And I've noticed that so many people use Facebook ads because it's so easy to target specific audiences. But we're talking about growing organically. And what that means is that you really need to hone in your way of interacting with people, getting engagement. And that might lead you to have to start so many conversations in the DMs if you want to really have people looking at your stuff, joining your groups, and eventually buy your product and services. Which means if you want to grow organically, there is so much more work you need to do to stand out from the crowd. But if you're a social animal and you live on Facebook, you love interaction with people, you like to share everything of your life, and people are engaging with what you do because you are a personality or whatever, please go on Facebook and that would be a perfect place for you. Just be aware that advertisers will have a priority. Organic reach is going to be so much more difficult to get if you're not paying Zuckerberg for visibility. Then what about Instagram? For lazy dancer tips, Instagram was our second choice when it comes to social media. We grew it to 16,000 people, but then after a while it just plateaued and it didn't really matter what we did. It wasn't going to grow. It is not growing. And to be honest, I don't want to spend time and effort understanding why. Instagram, well, I, for some reason, hate it. I kind of know deep inside why it's not growing. You need lots of conversations. You need to look into hashtags. You need to chat with people, comment and respond to comments, go live regularly, and post daily content. And that is just, for us, really draining. The step that there is from watching a post where you spend so much time and effort building a story that makes sense, that it's impactful, to people actually reading it and then maybe clicking on your link in bio, it's such a huge gap that I don't know, guys. But I've seen so many people do great on Instagram. They share the behind the scenes of what they're doing with their business, with their life, with their lifestyle, or whatever passion they are interested on. And people just follow them for that. Again, I found Instagram just very time consuming. And the most frustrating thing for me is that unfortunately the infinite scroll makes your posting relevant very quickly, and then it just disappears into oblivion. We decided not to spend time on it anymore because it's not bringing us much. We are still getting lots of traffic for Instagram, so we're keeping it in live support, but we're not gonna go live every other day. We're not gonna post 5 times a day because it's just insanity for me. That's not sustainable. And again, I'm gonna hear somebody that is expert on Instagram telling me that it's all wrong what I'm saying, and it's probably right. But I just don't like the platform, so I choose not to use it. That's the end of the story here. I guess these reviews are quite biased. Okay, now it's time to talk about TikTok. TikTok is a lot of fun for 5 minutes. I'm old, I'm so old. When we first jumped on TikTok, it all looked very, very cool. The very, very short videos, you can get traction immediately. We tried a few videos, we made hundreds of views very, very quickly, and we got quite excited. But then realized that they are short videos. We are actually teaching a generation not to pay too much attention on one thing in specific. And that to me, it just didn't make sense. It doesn't matter how many millions of views or subscribers you can have on TikTok. They don't know what you're all about. There's not enough time for you to explain and really get your message across in a meaningful way. This is what I feel. Again, TikTok people, don't hate me or do hate me, doesn't matter. Did it fit in our lifestyle? Did we want to come up with a funny video, maybe on some songs with text and filters all over it? We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to become the dancing monkey for people, just to get some subscribers and views. But I've heard so many people saying, you just need to jump on TikTok because it's amazing. You just need some nice videos, make them funny, and people will just come in flocks. You go do that. I'd rather do something else. On a less sarcastic note, let's talk about Pinterest. Pinterest is such an amazing platform if you're a designer or visual storyteller, especially if you have a blog. You can collect different ideas, put them in your own board and share that. And I think it's a great platform. I don't know how you grow a meaningful, substantial audience with it. Even though we have about 60,000 views every single month, for us, just recycling posts from Instagram. So it's a valid platform. It gets you to be discovered quite a lot. Anything that's got to do with visuals, Pinterest is one of the best platforms there. It's kind of a search engine as well, so there is a huge amount of value in there if you really want to grow an audience that is interested in your niche. We are not spending much time on it, and we are getting lots of views from the platform as well, so I highly recommend you check it out. So let's talk about YouTube now, and I know you guessed it, it's my favorite platform. And you know why? It's not a social media platform. It's a search engine. And therefore, instead of just creating daily content, hoping that people will find it, I've got some ground rules, I've got the fundamentals to follow, some guidelines to follow that will allow me to get found, get people to click on my videos, watch them and click on the link in my description because it makes sense for them and their journey and what they were looking for in the first place. So many people say that YouTube is saturated now. In 2022, you cannot start a YouTube channel because there's so much competition. Now, this reminds me when in 2016, we decided to give a shot to YouTube and build a channel. And we were pretty much saying the same exact things. Oh, they've done it before, what we want to do is very saturated already, it's like a waste of time. And then we find ourselves a few years later with almost 200,000 subscribers, but the most important thing is we managed to quit our jobs, go full-time on a platform that is so sustainable for us, and a multiple six-figure business that will allow us to move in the country we wanted, live the life on our own terms, and just being happy about what we do every day. We spend our time creating meaningful content that it's evergreen and is gonna be found throughout the years over and over and over again. Our most watched videos in my main channel, Lazy Dancer Tips, it's still a video that we made almost 4 years ago. Old videos can bring you subscribers forever, potentially. And that's why we love to spend time crafting, designing, and producing the videos that we are producing, because I know they're not gonna disappear into oblivion. They're gonna get found, be discovered by the people we want to impact and change somebody's life. The only real skill that you really need to have on YouTube is patience. It takes time for YouTube to understand what your channel is all about and for you to improve on the skills that you need to grow a channel. It could take months for you to get some kind of meaningful traction, and that's when people give up. They give up after a few weeks of producing videos because they don't see results. We are programmed to get everything like that. On YouTube, you only win if you believe in what you're doing and you play the long game. Now, this shouldn't be depressing for you if you think you're not a patient person, because you just need to understand the fundamentals and apply them over and over and over again, getting a 1% better video every single time you upload it. And if you want to avoid the 7 unforgivable YouTube mistakes that I see everybody's doing, or the majority of people is doing, download my free guide, and I've got a link in the description box below so that you can get started on YouTube the right way without committing these mistakes. This will lead to more subscribers, more views, and less depression if you don't see results right away. But tell me, please let me know which one is your favorite social media platforms and why. I'm dying to know what you think on this topic, because I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from you, and I sort of need some hate. Come on, give it to me. Let me know why other social media platforms are better than YouTube, or why you just like them and how you use them at your advantage. I'll be curious to know. And if your goal with social media is to also generate leads for your business and you decide that YouTube is the way to go for you, this is definitely a video you should watch right now.